You know what? Maturity is not about just getting older. It is about figuring out what you will and will not accept in your life. You realize that you have less life ahead of you than is behind you at some point. And you don't need to be giving that kind of energy to other people that don't feed into you and pour into you. You don't have to make yourself feel small so they can feel big. You don't have to make yourself fit into their comfort zone. Figure out what your comfort zone is and get there. I'm going to talk you through this. It's a process, and it might take some time and some tough lessons, but we'll get there, and let's get there together. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tonya Terry, and this is Very Tonya Terry. This is a brand new venture for me. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to have a conversation with my friends, old and new, and yet to even meet some of you out there. I know we're going to bump into each other at some point because it's all about that. It's all about making those connections. First, through this platform, but there are going to be opportunities for us to see each other in events and things like that. So I look forward to that, putting a face with a name, with a comment, with a subscription. So while we're on that subject, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this episode if I say something that you do like, and please comment and talk to me about some of the things that you relate to on this. In fact, if you have an opportunity to hear something or something touches you in a certain way, or you feel it in your heartstrings just tugging a little bit, just put that down. I can relate. Just put relate or I can relate in the comments, because that's what this is all about. We are going to build a community through this channel where we, as women of a big age, can talk about some of the things that we're going through and hopefully connect with somebody else who might help make that road a little bit smoother. And maybe we can share that with our friends and family and help them along the way too. This is a very important platform. I don't take it for granted that people from all over the world could be watching this and listening and get something out of it. And I get something out of it too. Don't get me wrong. It's an outlet. So it's a way for me to vent a little bit and tell you about some of the things about me and take what I've been doing my whole life, which is broadcast journalism, to another level, a more personal level. We can inform each other and we can talk to each other and we can have this back and forth. And I think we can learn from it and become better because of it. So with that being said, what we're going to talk about this week is things that I stopped doing at this big age. I have stopped doing certain things with my time, with my energy, and with myself that I used to do a long time ago. So the reason I wanted to do this is because I found myself trapped in a situation where I was just giving too much of myself. And I decided, no. If I give, it's going to be the amount that I want to give, and it's going to be at the time and in the way that I want to give it. And I think that is so important if you're going to live your best life. I know that is a phrase that we hear a lot of times, and it's gotten kind of cliche over the years, but really there is such a thing as living your best life. And you really only know what that looks like and feels like when you get to that place. And I really don't believe you can get to that place before you're at a certain age, because you're not old enough to appreciate your time as much as you appreciate it, or appreciate your body as much as you appreciate it, or appreciate what knowledge and wisdom you've attained until you've gotten to that point where you have those things to build from and then pour into other people. Okay, which leads me to my first point. I was pouring into people, into relationships, and into situations that were not pouring into me. Isn't that crazy? Is that not the craziest thing you've ever heard? I was pouring into people, into situations, into opportunities that were not feeding me back. I wasn't getting anything from it. Or if anything, I was getting crumbs. Like, for instance, I was in a friendship. And I'm telling you, when you have a good friend and you lose that friend over some stuff, it's hurtful. It's like a divorce. It's like a death. You grieve it, and you should allow yourself to grieve that. So I was friends with this young lady, and I won't give you all the details, but we went on a trip. Well, she went and I went, but we're going to the same location. So she went on the trip, I went on the trip, but we were supposed to meet up in that location, if that makes sense. So when we got there, some things transpired that showed me that the geography affected our relationship. Because when we were here at home, it was like you were at my beck and call. I was at your beck and call. If I needed you, you would come. If you needed me, I would come. If you needed a +1, I was your +1, and vice versa. But then when we get to this event in another city and you're around other people, it wasn't like that. My calls weren't answered or weren't returned, or you told me you could help me get into this venue, or I was supposed to help you get into that venue, and we never connected because you were out here gallivanting with somebody else. So we could never reach an understanding after that. And it just went this way and that way. And it was so hurtful because I used to have the best times with her. We had so much fun. The conversations were great, hours long. We went to each other's churches. We went to venues together. I would go to her house. She would come over here. Like, it was just delightful. Until it wasn't. And that goes back to what you'll hear, a reoccurring thought that I have had over these last few years is when it's time to be done with something, it's okay to let it go. So many of us, we're scared to let go of a friendship in hopes that we will have this friendship for the rest of our life just to be able to say that. Why do you need to say we've been friends forever? Have they really been your friend forever? Do you know what a friend is if you have to say she's been my friend forever and she's never there for you? She never calls to check on you. You guys don't even hang out anymore. You don't see this person very often. You might get a happy birthday text from them on your birthday, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what you define as a friend. Is it? I mean, tell me in the comments that if that's a good enough friend for you, then that's fine. But no, at this age, you're looking at, what if something happens to me, physically happens to me? Am I going to be able to pick up the phone and call this person and say, I need you? Or if you get sick, are they going to be the ones that bring you soup? Or if they get sick, are you going to be the one to carry them something over there to help them out and make sure they're okay? That's a friend. It's not so much this is the person I can call and we're going to have a good time and we're going to throw some down and have some drinks and what. Like, that's not what friendship is defined as to me. And so I feel like if I'm pouring into a relationship in the way that I do at this age, like it's for real, like you show up for people. You show up and show out for people if they need you at this big age. That's what defines your friendship. It's somebody that you can cry to, that you can complain to, that won't judge you. That's the kind of friend I'm talking about. So I was pouring into people who were not really pouring into me. I also will not hang on to any relationship. I was dating a guy a couple of years ago who was a little bit older than me. And I met him just by happenstance, which is how I love to meet people and get to know them organically. It wasn't a setup. It wasn't on an app or anything like that. It was just, I met him out and about. Super nice guy, nice looking, just cared about how he presented himself. You're just really, really nice guy. But we came to the conclusion that we were not good together. And what made it so easy for me when we had this conversation was, I know at this age when it feels right, and it just never felt quite right. And I'm not willing to be in a relationship with somebody when my only concern is I would be alone otherwise. There are some people that say, I would rather be in this relationship than be alone. Especially if you're surrounded, like a lot of my friends are married and a lot of them have, boyfriends or whatever. And I show up and it's just me. I don't have a problem with that, but I know there are some people that they don't want to feel like the third wheel. They don't want to be the odd man out. But I'm telling you, as for me in my house, I would rather be in this place all by myself on any given day or any given night than to just be with somebody just to say that I'm with them. I will never be in another relationship just to say I'm in a relationship. Okay, that's not going to happen. Also, what I won't do is deny myself. Deny myself something that I've worked really hard for and I feel like I deserve because somebody else says you shouldn't do that, or that's not for you, or what if it doesn't work out? I have spent too many years letting other people call the shots out of fear. I'm not going to let fear keep me from doing the things that I want to do. Will I fall flat on my face sometimes? Absolutely. Will I be sorry that I did that? Absolutely. But I did it. And really the only way sometimes you're going to find out if that is for you, if that's something you should do, is to just do it. And so that's what I am going to stop doing. I will never do again, is let fear keep me from doing something. This podcast is something I've been wanting to do for years, but I kept saying, oh, I don't have the right equipment. I don't know. What if I can't talk that long? Or what if people don't like it? Or, what if this and what if that? I remember my daddy saying at some point, or maybe it was my granddaddy, used this little phrase that people use. And he would say, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Because I'm telling you, you could if your way out of the best life you could possibly have. You could if your way out of the best opportunity to get where you want to be in this life out of fear. Do not do that to yourself. Do not do that to yourself. I mean, the world is busy trying to keep you from your goals. The world is busy trying to keep you from your happiness and beyond happiness, because I think I'm beyond happiness at this point. It's a joy that you get from doing the thing that you've been wanting to do, the thing of your dreams, the thing that is so big that you're even scared to say it out loud. But when you do, when you write it down and make it plain, God will put out in the universe exactly what you need. He will send you the people. I am sitting on my couch telling you I'm surrounded by a dream that I've had for years, and it is happening as I speak. As I speak. And the reason it all came together the way it is right now is because somebody had an inkling to make a phone call, connect with me, and this is what's happening. Did it happen in my timing? No. I wish it had happened 4 or 5 years ago when I left my TV job. But it's happening now at the perfect time. And I have more material. I have more things to share with you. And I have the vocabulary to share it with you. I have the words. I have the thoughts. I have all the things. It's here. It will be provided. It will come to you. Will you have to work for it? Absolutely. Will you have to be there, show up for yourself? Absolutely. But who better to show up for you than you? Who better? So let's get this thing together and let's live the life that we want with intention. You have to be intentional about this. So when I tell you these are things that I stopped doing, honey, it's not I stopped doing it, or I stopped doing it because. No, I'm telling you this because I'm hoping it will help you. I don't have to explain it away for me because I've already decided this is how it is from now on, period. And that's how things are going to be from now on for me. When I say I'm going to stop doing it, I'm going to stop doing it because it hasn't served me. And when things don't serve you, they don't need to be in your life. When people don't make you happy, make you feel good about yourself, when they're constantly complaining, constantly judging, you don't need that. If you're in a job that makes you feel unwanted, unnecessary, underappreciated, do you really need that day to day, day after day in your life? Think about that, what you're doing to yourself. When you know as soon as you step out the door, they will replace you. I don't know, guys. I don't know what you're going to do. But like I said, as for me, I'm going to stop doing those things that were holding me back and start doing the things that pour into me. Start dealing with people that make me better, make me feel better about myself and about what I'm doing with my life. Don't waste another day doing those things and dealing with those people and putting yourself in those situations that make you feel less than. It's time to do more. It's time to be more. And you should go ahead and start that today.
I've never traveled all alone or built a fire on my own, but I know I can, 'cause it's so